This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and I have with me the Samsung T479 Gravity 3. It's the third Gravity in the family of QWERTY messaging phones from T-Mobile. Quick look at the box, nothing too exciting going on here. Flip it open, and you can see that there's manuals in here, but here's the phone. We'll take a look at that first. So let's pull it out of the bag. You can see it has a regular alphanumeric keypad down here, rubber keys, and then also very attractive looking 4-row QWERTY keyboard that slides out of the side. Set it aside, power it up a little bit later. Let's see what's in the box first. Here's the battery. It's a 1000 milliamp hour battery. It's good for 6 hours of talk time, according to T-Mobile and Samsung. We'll put that in the device a little bit later. Bag for recycling old phones, and of course charger, micro USB, like we're seeing on all Samsung's devices anymore. Up top here, the paper. It's information on the warranty and return policy, and also the user's guide in 2 different languages. So here's the Gravity 3 itself. While it's powering up, we'll take a look at some of the hardware features. The previously mentioned alphanumeric keypad here, rubber keys. They're nicely domed though and has a pretty decent feel, large keys. D-pad feels decent, although it's a little hard to press the top edge of it. We've got dedicated back button and a shortcut button here to messaging, call, send, and end, and 2 soft keys, of course. One of the highlights of the device is its 4-row QWERTY keyboard. You can see quite attractive looking. It's got a metallic blue color here. Keys backlight in white, so it's quite easy to read. But they have a very rubbery feel. You can see that the space bar here is nothing more than 2 round keys with rubber connecting it. If you hit there in the middle, you will never get a space. Really cheap feeling. Keys are rubbery in general, feel okay, but that space bar is almost a deal breaker for me. I mean, you have to hit it on either side. You can't just pound your thumb into it. You can see the shortcuts for entering in www and .com and stuff like that, and dedicated navigation buttons here on the right hand edge. Close it up, you can see there's volume keys on the left side of the device. Nothing too much to see up top. Micro USB port here on the right. Camera shutter button for that 2 megapixel fixed focus camera. You see a nice grippy, it's not grippy, it's still hard plastic, but it's nice texture on this, makes it easy to hold the phone firmly. Nothing on the bottom, and since I'm not seeing a 3.5mm headphone jack anywhere, I'm assuming you're going to have to put headphones into some sort of adapter in the micro USB port. You can see a pry point for the rear cover that exposes the 1000 milliamp hour battery, good for 6 hours of talk time, I believe. Micro SD memory card slot. You don't have to remove the battery to get to it. Supports cards up to 16 gigabyte in size, I think. Might even take the larger 32s that are starting to come on the market. Throw that back on, and then we'll take a look at the phone itself. You can pop into the main menu here, and you can see it's the same kind of carousel we've seen on some other recent T-Mobile devices. Also works in landscape mode, but you'll notice there are no soft keys down here at the bottom. The 2 soft keys actually reside on either side of the space bar, so if you want to hit, say, select or back right here, you have to hit the soft key here or the soft key down here. You can also use the OK button for select though. Let's go into people and we'll check out quickly contacts. Got a couple of test contacts in here just so you can see what it looks like. Edit the record. See separate first and last name and everything like that. Quite reasonable. What I don't like though is the fact that searching only works on first name. So I can search on J-O and get to John Doe, but I cannot search on B-L and get to Jack Black, which is a bit of a problem for me. Like the other recent Samsung devices for T-Mobile, Social Buzz, T-Mobile's social networking application, is also supported. Will bubble status message updates and things like that up to the home screen, running in the background. Jump into messaging and see what it looks like. We'll create a new message. And I can select from contacts, and I'll send one to Jack, and then I'm going to hit the left soft key down here, say I'm done. Go into the messaging area. And as long as you realize where you're supposed to hit on the spacebar, everything seems to work pretty decently. Send that message off. And we'll jump back to the messaging inbox. See, we've got a couple of messages from T-Mobile. And you can see right off the bat it does not appear to be a threaded system. Not sure if there's a way to get it to look that way, but it's certainly not threaded right off the bat. If I just moved right on the D-pad here, it's going to load up the email system. You can see you can switch from account to account using the D-pad across the top when you're in one of the inboxes. I'm going to acknowledge the cost, and we're going to try to configure a Gmail account. Now that I've got the account set up, I'm going to try to download messages. You can see that there's data activity because the 3G indicator is pulsating red in the upper right hand corner, but we're not seeing any messages yet. There we go. Messages are starting to come through. Here's a random Facebook request for our test Facebook account. Let's see if we can see the entire message. I'm going to do it without attachments. It's still getting the inbox, so I guess it's not going to let us. Now that the inbox has been loaded, I'm going to pull up one of the messages, and you see you only get the header by default. So I'm going to go retrieve it without attachments, and hopefully we'll get the full body of the message. Although very odd, we're showing that we're on a GPRS connection. I can't remember the last time I saw a GPRS connection in this area. And oddly enough, came back and I'm not seeing anything. I had a similar problem on one of the other recent Samsung devices. It just does not seem to support these Facebook emails. I'm not sure if it's a matter of being HTML or what, but I'm very displeased so far with the recent mail client Samsung's been putting on these phones. When you get new messages, they come in as alerts here, so I'm going to show you just how you can jump to it by hitting the View soft key, or I can do it from the portrait mode as well. Just hit the left soft key. And you can see the new messages come in. But again, if we can only read the header on a lot of them, it's not really going to do people much good. Got the browser loaded. I'm going to put in mobileburn.com so we can see what it looks like. Actually, I'll show you. I can use the shortcut .com button here, just one press. I'm going to add it as a bookmark. And just type in the name here. A little weird that the shift button is to the right of the www.com button, though. It's a little inconvenient. You normally would expect to find it right underneath the alt button. And I'm going to hit go here, and hopefully we'll load up the page. But you can see once again, reception appears to be particularly bad on this device. We're finally up to Edge, and it was showing GPRS initially, and we have no hold on 3G whatsoever at the moment. But still, this is an awfully light site, so it should come up pretty quickly. And we'll just hit one of those links so we can watch the next page. You can see the NetFront logo in the image, and text is a little rough looking. Now that it's focused, you can see it, but I mean it's still readable. But for a small display like this, it's a little on the hard side. I'm going to activate the 2 megapixel camera by holding down the shutter button here, just so you can see how easy it is and how quickly it loads. Just point and shoot, take your photo, automatically gets saved, and you have the option of saving it to an online album. You can even add a voice annotation. You can use the menu or just press the shutter button again to take a additional photo. bypassing the menu. Go into the menu, you can see the camcorder mode. Very low resolution, only 176 by 144 though, so that's not going to knock anybody's socks off when you've got some smartphones coming out with HD capabilities, but still, better than nothing. And we'll press this and we'll play it back. HD capabilities, but still, better than nothing. So, it is what it is. And we're just going to take a quick trip through the settings just so you can see. It's got Fave support. Actually, Fave support is accessed with the D-pad. Enable it. This is the Faves gallery, similar to what they've put on the MyTouch 3G slide. I'm going to take one of my buddies here and add it. So now Jack Black is one of my faves. It's using that same kind of odd 3D carousel. It's just not really all that useful, in my opinion at least. Anyway, back to settings. Some personalization options, sound profiles, mostly accessed through the volume control on the side, but you can also do it through the menu. A couple different profiles. Change your wallpapers. You can also customize the messaging key, which is located right here next to the call send button, to make it do something else. So you could have it pull up voicemail, for example, or even exchange emails. So that's my look at the Samsung T479, the Gravity 3 for T-Mobile USA. Has a decent 4-row QWERTY keyboard if you can ignore that little spacebar problem. Good looking device, and I actually like the alphanumeric keypad here. I like having both of them. It makes the phone a lot more usable. Device costs $49.99 per month with a 2-year contract and is available now. So again, that's the T479, the Gravity 3 for T-Mobile USA from Samsung, and I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.